Do you ever look at lampposts? If you did, you might notice that they've all got at least one sticker on them. And it's not just the lampposts, it's the signs, it's the telephone boxes, it's the strange metal things sticking out of the ground. In a city, you're never more than 20 metres from a sticker. Probably. Some of them have a political message. Some are in German. Some are artistic. Some are a bit rude. Some apologise for that. Some say it best when they say nothing at all.
Hello, my name is Matt, and I've been collecting pictures of stickers for years, and I've got a few questions about them, like who puts them up and why?
Do it sting?
Does prolific stickering satisfy some primal urge to mark territory?
Is he called Pika too? And who is Dan the Man?
That last one actually seems like the easiest to answer, as it has his mobile number printed on the sticker.
Where did you see my number on the sticker?
Have a picture. Do you want me to send it to you?
Yeah, if you can send it to me, please, because I'm quite shocked. I don't know why my number would be on the sticker.
What is it you do, Dan?
Mate, fuck all, that's why. nothing at all. I don't know why my number... Yeah, my mate's a DJ and I help him out here and there, but other than that, nothing.
That's very strange. Is it maybe a prank that someone's playing on you?
No, I don't believe it's a fucking prank. Dan the Man. Why the fuck is my number on the fucking card? No idea, mate. I don't know what someone's playing on, man, but yeah, wish them good luck.
Yeah, well, if you find out, or if you get any clues as to what's going on, do let me know. I'd be really interested to hear.
I'll let you know, buddy. What's your name anyways?
It's Matt.
All right, Matt. Nice speaking to you, Matt. Thank you.
And you. See you, Dan.
See you, mate. Bye-bye.
Well, that wasn't the most insightful start to the documentary, was it? Maybe I should go talk to some actual sticker artists instead.
I went to Sturchley, a sticker-covered part of Birmingham that is famous for the gorilla that sits on top of a flooring shop.
He created Sturchley. Hey, I'm Jazz. Recently I've been making some stickers and they're everywhere. People take themselves too seriously, so it's nice to have a little laugh. And stickers are a really good way to do that. There seems to be this kind of image as the Sturchley person. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, it just happens to be a community of small beanie wearers and dungaree wearers. I've always been a little bit too scared to get a can of spray paint out and be like, hold on, let me just vandalise your property. But it's just sticker, so it's like, if you don't like it, you can just peel it off, it's fine.
Apollo is an artist from Derby whose large vinyl stickers take longer to apply, which can mean he attracts a bit more attention while he's doing it.
That guy just walked past and the little kid said, "Dad, why do people put pictures on the wall?"
Is that what he said? Got nothing better to do.
Have you ever had to stop midway through?
Yes, bro. And I knew it was going to be a bit of a risky one because it's like right outside of Greg's. The woman came out, asked me what I was doing, and she seemed alright at the time. And then about 5 minutes later, a police car pulled up, so we had to do a quick dash. I don't think they're that arsed because I went back and finished it a couple of days later, and it's still there now.
They're just more like doodles, so I didn't actually want them to be sort of associated with my other work. Because I was just kind of trying to take the piss. The point of them is that the Birmingham coat of arms is ironic. But it is funny, like it says forward underneath, but you go into town and everything's just been bulldozed.
At this point, I'd like you to imagine that I could afford to license the song Ghost Town by the Specials. Jazz and Apollo shared a desire to both comment on and brighten up their respective ghost towns.
But I just like the idea that people see it, do you know what I mean? Like, I get random people message me and say like they've seen it or whatever, or even like my mum. Like, my mum was driving about the other day and like saying she was having a bad day and that, and she comes across my shirt and it says it makes her feel better, like, and I don't think you could really ask for any more.
Stickers are great because they're a form of art that doesn't take a lot of explanation, I feel. The stickers are like, what you see is what you get. Do you know what I mean?
It's a way to get your work looked at without needing sort of publishing or galleries, you know what I mean? You take it into your own sort of hands.
That's the last one ever.
Oh wow!
Not ever.
We're witnessing a moment in history.
Yeah, I think probably in a couple of weeks or so I'll have another 200 of them.
Talking to Jazz and Apollo got me thinking about stickers as a form of protest.
At a time when political discourse largely takes place in the ephemeral and volatile world of social media, there's something solid and uncompromised about a sticker simply declaring a point of view, some of which I could get on board with. And then there are those that start down a different path. Those that start to get a bit conspiratorial. And of course, the ones that started appearing in 2020 when the COVID pandemic began. They were declaring their own point of view, their own message, but they had a different tone, a ferocity that was sometimes condescending or insulting. And a lot of these stickers had a QR code urging you to join the White Rose, a decentralised global network of stickerers spreading anti-vaccination and anti-mask sentiments. They organised themselves via the messaging app Telegram, where they post pictures of their stickers from across the world and provide each other the resources to make their own stickers. They're a gateway to many other groups and ideas, some more outlandish and extreme, some more localised. The tribe of Leicestershire are one of those groups, and it seemed like they had a bit of a shindig planned.
A 15-minute city, so you won't be allowed out of your 15-minute area. So if you've had too much steak in a week, they will prevent you from buying more red meat. So why are we jabbing people for something that is a cold? We've never had a vaccine for a cold. We've been called conspiracy theorists, we've been called nutters, we've been called all sorts, but we still keep coming back.
Despite the dramatic music and the imagery of lions and wolves, it wasn't as intimidating as it all seemed. It was like a bustling marketplace, with each stall trying to sell you their own homemade brand of conspiracy. Without exception, though, the people were friendly, welcoming, and helpful.
Stickers are massively important in my view. I carry a megaphone when I'm going to any of the protests, and it's covered with stickers. And I plonk it on the table in front of me on the train, and people start reading the stickers and asking questions.
The way that we communicate and the way we represent ourselves as a cohesive unit was demonstrated by the use of stickers. So it made that connection very real in visual terms, yeah.
On Telegram, I'd seen videos of BBC buildings being covered in stickers. Nick told me about a similar protest in Leicester.
During that process, there was the use of stickers to represent truthful concepts related to, I would say, pharmaceutical malfeasance. The speech is a very a brief moment, and that speech dissipates. You'll end up with saying something that's true that gets forgotten. If you've got graphic design, same with marketing, you've got graphic design, you can make a statement, that statement lasts for a while, and it lasts for as long as those stickers are in place. So it's really marketing the truth, that's what we do.
They didn't seem to face any consequences for the stickering protests, although one man told me he knew someone who was admitted to a mental asylum for taking part. He wouldn't talk to me on camera though, because he'd been told by a high-up Mason that MI5 were likely monitoring the event. Anyway, then a chap from UB40 sang some songs, and the protesters marched through the streets dressed as riot police, prisoners, and various politicians. While a lot of people have moved on from COVID, keen to make up for lost time, these protesters haven't, and in some ways I haven't either. I remember those feelings of loneliness and powerlessness. Some people clearly relieved those feelings by spreading white rose stickers. I did the opposite. I was so angry when I saw them appearing on my street, so frustrated at their stupidity, that I got a can of gone-off paint from my garage and I painted over them. It was the only way for me to be heard. And that's what's behind every sticker. Someone who wants to be heard. Whether they want to make libelous claims about Bill Gates.
He didn't invent anything. He didn't invent Windows, and he's a psychopath. And Mr. Gates, if you do see this, come after me for defamation, I beg you. I'll take you on.
Hey, if I get to the point where Bill Gates sees this, then I'm doing pretty well.
Whether they want to criticise Birmingham City Council, they want to tell you about their football team, their political views, their music, Bitcoin, vaginal health, furry art. Or maybe they just want to tell you that you matter. And that's how I ended up here, at the Arena Church in Nottingham, on a Sunday evening.
And I'd give everything up just for this, just for that feeling, knowing that I matter, not just to the people around me, because I did here, but to a loving Father, to a loving God. It means the world. Yes, my name's John O'Kirk, and I'm the campus pastor here in Arena Church, Nottingham. I have a lovely wife and 2 beautiful children, and I also run a music business outside of what I do here in church. Buying and selling vintage guitars, vintage amplifiers, that kind of thing.
Jono told me how he'd been drawn to the church at a difficult point in his life.
In that moment, my mum and dad's faith came back to me, and I actually prayed. I said, God, if you are real, I've got a hole in my life that I don't know what I'm trying to fill it with. If you're real, show me. And during that year, he did. He showed me. I went along to a church. I tried to figure a few things out of myself. I got counselling for another reason in my life at the time, so I was quite broken. And this sense of community was a draw.
And that sense of community may well be a draw to those who see the You Matter stickers. And I can see why it would be. I might not agree with the conspiracy theorists. I'm not religious. I do own a small beanie hat, but no dungarees. I might not be interested in football or furries, but maybe I still want the same thing that they do. A sense of community.
Yeah, I'm James. I run Jangala, jungle music. I don't know what the word is. Group, collective, I suppose. We run events in Nottingham and started making stickers just because, mainly it's a good way to promote the name, but also just everyone loves stickers. But my parents have met people in different parts of the world that have said that they've been to Nottingham, or their grandkids are at uni in Nottingham and they've heard of Jangala through the stickers, which is kind of nuts, yeah.
In other parts of your life, do you have a sense of community like you do here?
No. I wouldn't say the rest of my life is necessarily bereft of community, but it doesn't match up to this. You go in there and it's a collage of people, collage of stories, you know what I mean? That's part of what I like about it, yeah.
A church isn't a building, it's a congregation. It's a community of people. Stickers are both the church bells and the gospel, calling you to congregate and spreading the word. Ahoy! It's nice to have you here. Love is choice. Remember, if you're not speaking it, you're storing it, and that gets heavy. Stay rogue, defy, be smart, eat more fibre. Everything is A-OK. Bicycling is not necessarily a crime. You matter. All cats are beautiful.
This is my first of your events that I'm actually going to. What should I know? What should I expect? What should I...
Earplugs on the bar. That's about it, really.
So if you want to know what the people of Britain value, what they need, don't look at opinion polls, don't look at social media, just follow the stickers. But hang on, I can't be having a revelation about stickers at this point. I still haven't answered all my questions. And so I found myself in a pub with a sticker-covered pool table, telling a friend that the one mystery that still eluded me was, who was Dan the Man? And she said, "Oh, that's funny. I've bought Coke off a guy called Dan the Man." So I insisted we compare the phone numbers of our Dan the Men. And there was only one Dan the Man.
So I'll stand by what I said before. If you want to know what the people of Britain are interested in, what they want, what they need, don't look at opinion polls, don't look at social media. Follow the stickers, because they want to be heard. They want a sense of community. And they want cocaine.